vlog at the end of this vlog, because once I went through all of the footage, I realized I didn't have my opening, which is annoying because I filmed it. I filmed an opening for this video, but I can't find it anywhere. And that's what you get for taking like a month in order to edit vlogs. So yeah, I'm reopening this vlog. Welcome. This trip is already over. Essentially, what this vlog is where I have been, because I've been busy. A lot has happened. If you watched my other vlogs, you kind of noticed that I wasn't vlogging specifically because my computer broke. My computer broke and I wasn't able to do my regular upload schedule. It was disheartening, but completely out of my control. Then I was able to get an iPad, which I then had to work on because there's a learning curve. I have Final Cut Pro on my computer. It does not transfer over to my iPad. I have to use like a monthly subscription to get Final Cut Pro. So I then had to get the Final Cut Pro for the iPad, do that whole thing. After I had the learning curve, my grandma came into town and it was so fantastic and so wonderful. And so I'm not apologetic really at having not been here because there was nothing I could do, but I'm really excited to get back into it. And this vlog is not a great interpretation of that because it's all over the place. I'm traveling around with my grandma. I do some Halloween decorations. I don't know how to label this or how to clarify it, so if you want to watch it, you can. I would just say it's a month in my life and leave it at that. It's not a reading vlog, though I am reading 2 books in it. It's not a writing vlog, though I do prep for NaNoWrimo and openly edit. And it's not a travel vlog because I don't tell you any of the places I go or anything I do. Real sorry about it. Sorry, not sorry about me taking so long to upload though, because I had so much fun with my grandma and I really did learn quite a few things on the iPad in this time, but bear with me, I'm trying my best. I do have an apartment tour coming up though, as well as a book haul because my grandma brought me over 50 books, both my books from home and new books that I just really wanted. So yeah, she's the MVP. But yeah, so there is more content coming up and it's not just vlogs and it's not just random stuff. I'm like actually actively trying to get back on schedule with my channel, and I'm sorry that you had to wait, and I'm sorry you had to listen to this incredibly long intro. But if you're a veteran here, you know I always do timestamps, and hopefully you just skipped ahead until you got to the place you wanted, which God knows where that is because again, this vlog is all over the place. Let's go. It's the next morning. I know I've been terrible at doing check-ins because I'm literally just gonna blame this all on my grandma. I'm very excited, very distracted that she's here, and it's been very difficult to vlog anything. Like, the fact that I have footage of this trip so far is a miracle in itself, but I have not done any verbal check-ins. I can't even think of the last time I verbally checked in with you guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what this vlog is gonna look like or turn into. So that was Nagoya. We went shopping, we went to some markets, looked around, and now we are headed to Kyoto. I'm really looking forward to showing my grandma Kyoto. I love Kyoto. It's a place that I always find myself wanting to go back to. I never feel like I've had enough time there. Like, I don't feel that way about Tokyo. Every time I'm in Tokyo, I know after like the third day for me, I'm like, okay, let's go somewhere else, let's do something else, or like, ah, yes, I've gotten my fill of Tokyo. I haven't gotten that with Kyoto yet. I don't know if it's because I've just done it in like short spurts, because it has like such a grace about it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but I would recommend Kyoto to people if you are coming to Japan and want to see really important and like famous areas of Japan, but also just want to see like beautiful parts of Japan. Also Takayama. Takayama is in Gifu, which is my prefecture, and Takayama is underrated Japan. So if you'd like to go to an underrated, beautiful, like traditional city and don't want the crowds of Kyoto, Takayama is where it's at. I could not recommend Takayama more. And the train ride up is absolutely gorgeous. But we've already gone to Takayama, so we're headed to Kyoto. What was I originally updating you? Oh, I finished Horror Store. Okay, so this is my second Grady Hendrix book. I also read The Southern Guide to Slaying Vampires, and I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed Southern Guides more, but Grady Hendrix, I wanted autumn. It gave me Halloween. It was so fun. It was pretty much the premise of Horror Store is it's IKEA. They even mention IKEA, but it's like off-brand IKEA and it's haunted. And you find out why it's haunted. It's a fun little story and most of it's in the design. If you are picking up Horror Store on audiobook or ebook, I don't think it'll be as fun because I think half the fun of reading this book was actually physically reading the book. It's designed to look like an IKEA flip-through book, and definitely read the beginning of each chapter's little header describing the different things in the IKEA because it gets funnier and funnier. Like, there's definitely humor in this book and it was very entertaining. I think I'm noticing it's not a trend yet because I've only read 2 Grady Hendrix books, but I'm noticing that out of the 2 I've read, the 2 Black characters that are mentioned are impoverished, in bad situations, and kind of have a hard home life. And they are pretty much the only Black representation or people of color really that I can think of. Again, this is 2 books, 3 is a trend, but I do think it's kind of odd that the 2 books that I read both had that as like major supporting Black characters, the only characters that were Black in the entire book, and that being like their personality baseline. And I don't know what that is or what is internalized in there, but I did want to make you guys aware of it in case that's something that you need to think about more, or if you have read more Grady Hendrix and I just happened to read 2 out of publication order that might just be coincidence, or if you are someone who doesn't want to read that and wants to avoid those 2 characters. But something to think about. I think I'm gonna give Horror Store, since I didn't read Southern Guide in this vlog at all, and so I won't really talk about much more. I think I'm gonna give Horror Store 3.5. It was really entertaining and I would recommend it specifically for like the vibes and atmosphere and everything. And just because it is a very unique book and what it's doing, I don't think the story or the characters were the most important part. And while, I mean, sometimes like people are looking for different things in different books, and if atmosphere and like getting into the Halloween mood is what you're looking for, then this will give it to you. I'm gonna go and get up and socialize, and we're headed off to Kyoto, and I will update you eventually. I can't promise anything. I don't want to promise anything. Okay, sorry. I did have one more thing to say. I picked up All the Sharp Teeth again. I was reading it before and then I set it down to finish Horror Store because I was borrowing Horror Store from a friend. I picked Sharp Teeth back up and it is so fun and the humor is so good. I think that this is going to rocket propel me into Halloween for sure, hands down. I really like it. I might even buy a physical copy depending on how the ending goes, but right now I'm trying to like guess who the werewolf originally was, where the story's going. There's really good conversations. I don't know, really relatable conversations about parents and kids and motherhood neighborhood. There's really good deep conversations surrounded by like kitsch vampires. Did I say vampires? I meant werewolves. Probably the most realistic depiction of a reaction to someone finding out that someone else is a werewolf I've ever seen. It was so funny, but also just real. I don't know, there's something ultra realistic about this author's writing. I'm very immersed in it. While I'm reading it, I feel like I'm the main character, and the things that matter to her matter to me. Her reactions feel very realistic to like how I'd react. I think she's an Aquarius, not even just an air sign. I think that this main character's an Aquarius. So if you're an Aquarius trying to get into the Halloween spirit, I would suggest to you such sharp teeth. Coffee, breakfast, Kyoto, let's go. My grandma left, and I'm pretty sad about it, not gonna lie. She's back home, she's safe, all that good stuff. Like, glad she made it home safe. She was here for 2 weeks, and I cannot tell you how much I didn't want her to leave. I hadn't seen her since I had left, so it's been about 2 years, and I used to see her like every day, and it felt really good to see her and just have her around and her presence, and I stole another one of her sweaters. It was so good and so fun, and like, I'm trying to reflect on that and just like remember how good it was, but right now I'm definitely in the bittersweet stage. It feels quiet and empty here. We're about to go back to a little bit of our normal with like work. My kids are out of testing, so I'll be going back and doing some lessons and really just getting back into the groove of things. I worked on my writing a little bit, but I need to definitely gear up on that again very soon. I know I feel privileged in that I have a close relationship with my grandma. I know a lot of people either had a close relationship and are, you know, no longer able to see their grandparents or didn't get to see their grandparents growing up. I really do feel blessed and privileged by the grandparents I have. And it was just really nice to get to see her. And yeah, it was really fun. It was a really good trip and it was really fun. And I don't think I have anything else to say. It would just be really weird if my next update was just me, I don't know, doing something else and then she was gone, because that's what it feels like right now. It feels like she was literally just here and now she's gone, and I'm gonna have to FaceTime her soon because it's been one day. I really actually kind of like living far away, but this is one of the downsides of living abroad for sure, is time passing and family not being close by when you want them to be. Super appreciative, and guess I'm gonna end this update now because I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm sticking it in the vlog because it's honest, but I don't like it. I feel mushy. I'm gonna go work out and drink coffee or something. Oh, I also finished Such Sharp Teeth. It was really good. 5 out of 5 stars. The ending was great. It was really cute. I recommend it. I'm gonna take the day. I'm so sorry, guys. To be honest, I don't know when the last time I updated you was, but I figured I would do a quick autumn/Halloween haul for decorations I bought, because I bought so many and I bought them all at what is essentially a dollar store. Everyone talks about Daiso here, which is a really great dollar store, but Saria is where it's at. I bought all of these at Saria, and I'm kind of really impressed with what I got. So I'm gonna show you guys, and then I don't know where I'm putting them yet, but hopefully we'll have like a decoration montage later to better establish what I'll be doing with these things, because right now they're just really cute things on my floor. So let's take a look. Okay, first we just have the standard garland. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but then we have really cute garland that I'm also going to put up, little ghosts with witch hats and stars, and then spider webs with spooky little pumpkins. I liked the colors, I like the design. They're not like too cartoonish. They're still cute, but I don't know, like I really like these. I would buy these for more than $1, which it's 100 yen, so it's actually less than $1. Like if you came here and bought things from Japan, you'd be looking at like 50 to 80 cents because of how weak the yen is right now. Let's not talk about it. Then I have these sticky bats. It comes with like 30 of them. There's this cute fuzzy pumpkin, which I mean, sure, I can put that somewhere. I have an old creepy tree. I just stuck these on them, also from the 100 yen store, the little decorations of pumpkins. I might put them somewhere else, but for right now, they kind of look just cute here. Little lanterns that just have the little fake candle in there. And then we turn around to the kitchen. I am going to be hosting a series of Halloween parties at my house, so I needed to have Halloween decorations in the kitchen too, for snacks and stuff, and just for general vibes. We're gonna be watching different scary movies that we all voted on and picked, so I wanted it to be kind of like Halloween-y each time they came over for the Halloween movies. So my whole apartment's going to be less autumnal this year, more Halloween. I found potion bottles. I might actually continue to use these. They're really cute. This one has just a cute little moon and stars on it. What does it say? I didn't notice it had English in the bottom. The magic is going to change your entire life. Sick. This one has charms. I'm gonna put my sugar in this for my coffee, and I don't plan on switching this out. This is going to be a year-round sugar container because holy crap. 2 smaller potion bottles. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these yet. Maybe cinnamon for people or something like that. I don't know. Cute little popcorn container. 2 more larger popcorn containers, or just like candy in general. This is a placemat. It's kind of like rubbery. We have pumpkin napkins, which are just super cute, and then scary little ghost napkins. He looks so scared. And then we also have this one. It says, what does it say? Let's see. I'm excited. Tonight is the long-awaited Halloween, is what it says across the entire napkin. That's adorable. Plates. They're Halloween plates. And then I also found this. It's like a bread bowl, but it's a spider web. Come on. It's all a bit kitsch, but I kind of like it, especially for scary movies. We have some cheesy scary movies, some classic scary movies. It just seemed like the way to go, since I'm going to be essentially having miniature Halloween parties once a week. I forgot to mention, we also have 300 yen stores here, where it's like essentially a $3 store, and I got these little wood pumpkins. And then coming in here, I got this at the same place. So far, I've got not really a lot up besides these leaves that I just casually swung over already fake foliage. We got some work to do, but we're gonna get it done. horrible angle, but that's because I'm not bothering with a vlog setup. I'm actually trying to get work done. I'm going to start draft 4 of Project Solstice. I have been sitting on this for a couple of months now. The last vlog you saw from me, I had just finished Project Solstice's draft 3, and that was the last time I've touched it because I gave it to alpha readers. Now I have feedback from those alpha readers, and so I have to incorporate that feedback in. I have to look at it, decide on it, and then once all of that feedback is incorporated in, I'm going to give it a quick proofread, make sure that there's like flow and that my story still makes sense with the edits I've made, and then I'm going to prepare myself for beta readers, which are maybe strangers, maybe just readers. They're meant to just be readers. I want people who are going into this as objectively as possible, just wanting to read a book and give it feedback, not necessarily the people that love me the most or accept me for who I am. And then I will double back for ARC readers and maybe pick out some of those people who love and care about me again, because I want that feedback and that review. So I'm going to be putting up the documents individually. I have a fresh new document of the Solstice project that I'm going to add the edits to, and then I'm going to go to the next alpha readers feedback, add those edits to it, and then I will have it all compiled into one draft, everyone's different feedback. I wanted everyone to just have their own space to think about that and read the book, and now I will have them all talking at the same time on one document, and then I can make a final decision on what stays, what goes, and I'll get to kill some darlings. If you don't know what that means, it means taking out scenes or really lovely moments or things that you really, really like as an author, but it doesn't serve the story in the way that you would need it to. I'm okay with that because I'm going to have my website up. I didn't want to start paying for a website before it actually had anything on it. So I have my URL bought and paid for, but I don't have an actual website yet. But when I do have a website, it'll have characters, some things about those characters, the playlists I listened to as I wrote this book, maybe facts and information, and then it will also have a maybe password blocked, like maybe you have to do something fun in order to get to this area, but it'll be the chapters with their deleted scenes in them. You know, like I can also resurrect my darlings. That's part of being a god of a world, is resurrecting darlings. I am impermanently killing my darlings, but first I need to see which darlings people were not interested in, and yeah, that's the update. Sprints in the background, but I paused it because I don't know if the music is copywritten or not. I don't know. This can also work on paper if you have highlighters, pencils, pens, and you want to print your entire draft out. I'm trying to save on paper. You know, the environment, we're all kind of burning up here. Like, I have the tools, I have the equipment to not print out a whole bunch of paper that I'm about to say is wrong. I've just been marking where there's punctuation in red for taking away, and then I highlight over it in red because I might miss it if it's just like a little pinprick. And then I do the same thing for adding punctuation, but in green. Red means stop, green means go. You get the idea. If something really stood out to them to the point of them responding, being like, I like this character, or I'm already feeling this way about it, I highlight in purple, and then that lets me know that scene or moment had something in it that was special to someone or like stood out to them, which is important for me when I start killing darlings later, because if I'm killing darlings in an area that's completely purple, that might be not to my benefit. I don't know. I'm in a very chill space right now as I do this, like this nice little cozy autumn coffee shop with rainy day going on in the background, and I'm just going through and kind of doing tedious work, but it feels really relaxing. It's kind of like a perfect way to spend my weekend. So I'm gonna keep my granny glasses on and keep going, but I'm gonna stop filming for a little bit. It's gonna be a lot of the same, and I'd rather save the battery. More of the same is happening for the next foreseeable hour, 2 hours. Please, Jade of the future, eat food. Okay, update. I completed the first 2 chapters. There's some areas where I don't have any highlights. That's really fun. And then lots of areas where there's lots of highlights and writing. I tried to color coordinate a little bit. Oh, look at all that. How many pages is my first 2 chapters? On a regular piece of paper, it's about 30 pages. This was exhausting. I think I'm going to have to pick up my pace though. 2 chapters isn't really gonna cut it for when I'd like to get this finished, because then I have to add all these edits in. So I actually ended up with a lot of alpha readers. To be 100% transparent, not all of my alpha readers were able to finish by the time that I would need it done in order to like make these edits and within a certain time frame. And I want to make it very clear that that is completely okay. They took the time and effort out, and I really appreciate it. So if you were one of my alpha readers that didn't finish, that is completely fine. I took in your advice for the first 2 chapters. If you had more feedback after that, that's fantastic. I'll take that in too. If that's where you ended, that's completely fine. Everyone got back to me if they couldn't finish. Like, there was nobody who just ghosted because they were my friends. The beta reading process I'm expecting to be kind of similar. Not everyone is going to get all the way through. Not everyone's going to finish. And that could be up to interpretation. There's a lot of reasons why people don't finish books. I myself have soft DNF'd several books and then come back to them and enjoyed them, or DNF'd them and unhauled them. Things come up in our lives. If you are wanting to make a book in the future, I would prepare yourself for that. Prepare yourself to have people read your book, and those people will have lives. That's how they're relating to your character, and shit happens. That's life. The point was, this was entertaining, fun. I need to pick up my pace, and I really appreciate everyone who gave me feedback, whether it be the first chapter, the first sentence, or the end of the book. All of the attention this book is given is helpful. All around, time well spent. I think I'm going to go eat some dinner and just kind of veg out again, so I will check back in with you later. Just a heads up, this is not my first time watching Gilmore Girls. I've watched Gilmore Girls with my mom several times, but this is my first time watching Gilmore Girls with my partner. We made a deal that if I watched all of Seinfeld, we would start Gilmore Girls, and so we've watched the first episode, and it was a success. He didn't say he loved it or liked it or even was enjoying it, but he did say it was a good pilot, which I'm taking as he understands that it's a masterpiece, he's just not willing to accept it yet. We're on episode 2, and I just needed to share that bit of information with you because it felt important and poignant to Autumn. Okay, I am making tomorrow the last day of my vlog. I haven't updated it in a little bit, but that's mostly because I was editing the video that should already be out, and then I've been trying to catch up on edits. I've also been losing my voice a little bit, so that's fun. That's cool. What was I going to say? I had a whole bunch of things I wanted to say. What were they? Oh yeah, the reason why I'm not closing it out tonight is because tomorrow is my school festival, and in Japan that's like a really big deal. It's my high school festival. Halloween is really different here. It's not like all of October is like decorating houses or, you know, like there's no trick-or-treating. There's some costumes, but it's just a completely different way of doing it. But school festivals, a lot of people do dress up in costumes, and there's kind of a little bit of a horror or fantasy vibe, at least in my school every year, and it happens in October, so it does kind of lend to the Halloween atmosphere, and it's always really fun. I think that some of my students are making like a haunted house and a haunted maze. There are like some different crafts and photo areas and dance performances and plays. It's a really big event. They worked so hard on it. I'm really excited. One of my students is going to be singing for the first time. Since I first met him as a first year, he's wanted to be a professional singer, but has never sang in public before or in front of anyone, and he just invited me to go watch the performance tomorrow where he is going to be singing, but it's like a surprise. So I'm so excited and so proud of him, and I'm very excited, but I want to show you a little bit of the school festival just because it is so different and it is so interesting and unique, and I am just really proud of my students. They had to put this together in like 3 days. They still have classes, and then classes cut 5 minutes short so that there's an extra hour or 2 left in the day, and they just full-blown from scratch make these awesome things. Obviously anything involving the students themselves I can't show you, so it'll be like empty rooms or odd Dutch angles. That's not me trying to be artsy, that's me trying to not get fired. you know I didn't film an ending, so we're back. Hello, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I am ending the vlog here. Just a quick update on the writing portion. I did get quite a bit of my editing done. I picked up the pace. Instead of editing this vlog, I edited my book. My 4th draft is about 2 days from being done. So I think I might actually make the October deadline. I am going to try and post this vlog today. So we are actually practically live. There's just a couple hours lag time between me right now talking to you and this vlog going up and you actually seeing it. So hi, hello, live in person with a couple hours lag. Yeah, I feel really good about it. I have about a week. Drum roll, please. I said I had a sore throat before. I did, and it is the well-known but not often said on YouTube virus that people get. So I have nothing but the next 5 days to edit. My plans for this weekend were canceled. I was supposed to go clubbing in Nagoya in my Halloween costume as Sarai. Luckily, there was a Halloween party last weekend I went to, so this is what I looked like as Sarai last weekend, pre-illness. So glad I got to wear the Halloween costume, but also bummed. But also looking forward to actual Halloween. It means I will have Halloween off because that's the end of like the at-home time that I have to be at home. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill out in my PJs, watch scary movies, be home, be ill, but be happy. I don't know. It is what it is. If you did make it this far, you should go ahead and like the video because the algorithm is going to absolutely hate me. I am off schedule by a month and I'm posting infrequently, so help me please. Whether you do or not, I hope you are enjoying the sun or more stars wherever you are, and until next time, bye!